heal cancer, one of the first steps is, at some point, is to apply neutrality. It's the best way I can describe it, is to apply neutrality. Like coming into the state of where you are with an acceptance of where you got yourself. Okay, so like if you're lost, you're lost, and then you come to the mental surrender, I guess, that you're lost, and then you calm down, drop down, expand the moment, be lost or whatever, or have cancer. So when we heal cancers, part of the process is to apply neutrality. Oh, right. So through my life and what I've been doing and what I'm doing with Renegade Yogi and why I started and all this stuff, like my mission, I know what my mission is. To help people see that when they bless, forgive, respect the free will choices of others, and love other people and themselves in all direction of time, they're going to raise their vibration, and then everything good, everything they want comes from there, and that everything else is just desire or contrast in the law of attraction. So and there's a lot of bumper sticker phrasing that happens through this teaching, what I'm teaching and what I'm working towards. So I understand like what my mission is to a degree, but I until I apply neutrality, I'm not gonna really see the fruits of my labor. So I don't want it to be true, but it is true that part of what I got into was fighting the fighting. So trying to stop people from fighting, basically. Which I learned this lesson over and over and over. I can't even count how many times I learned the lesson that when people ask, why did they do this? If you answer that question, even with all the truth in the world, there's going to be an egoic reaction. Because when I'm able to answer a question that's rhetorical, and I don't know that it's rhetorical, it's a statement in disguise. I say, why did these people do that? And then I say, well, those people did that because why they did. And then people confuse that, well, then you must be one of them. That's why I love, that's a big reason why I like the trans stuff, because I can explain the trans stuff and no one accuses me of being one of, a trans person. They know that I'm not a trans person. And because they know that I'm not a trans person, they're able to listen to the answer. So the reality of, I'm just answering that question for only that subject. Everything else seems to be like off limits to a large degree because of egoic lenses coming in. Anything, they say something out, statement in disguise, if I take it as a real question and then I go to answer it, I'm taken as that thing. And then there's issues. So I'm gonna do like kind of, I don't know how long to make them, because I think if I made one video it'd be too long, but I'm gonna make some videos about why self-esteem is not always required. Because I think in our society, people work on their self-esteem, and that is an egoic function. Because if you just break your ego, if you just set the intention of solely listening to your big I spirit, or at least taking the ego's information with a grain of salt, then any opportunity that you think you would need self-esteem or that you have low self-esteem is just egoic. And then you surround that information with like a quality of love and applying neutrality to the egoicness of it. And so I'm coming into my own application of neutrality. As in my last video I did, I felt the hate on both sides, at the sides for each other, all in me, all at the same time. I felt the hatred for both sides at the same time. And I needed to hold that. I needed to see that. And now I understand that. I understand that hatred. And what I understand about the hatred is I understand what people think it's doing for them. Both sides. And it's more than just an us versus them egoic mind, fight mind. It's more than that. Since it's more, I was taking it as just that. And when I was taking it as just that, I was under the false impression that everybody would be happy if they stopped doing that. I was under the impression that once they know what they're doing with that hatred, if I just teach them like a few things, then they'll be able to stop. But I didn't realize how that hatred serves many more things than I'd originally thought. So I want to kind of go at this renegade yogi stuff from a different angle for a little bit. I want to entertain like a couple videos where I incorporate self-esteem and what a waste of time it is. If you're going to be a renegade, if you want to be a renegade yogi, then understand now that working on your self-esteem is a total waste of time. Because if you want to be a renegade yogi, you don't need self-esteem at all. I mean, I don't know what people think when they're looking and my hair's not brushed or, clearly not trying. But if you want to be a renegade yogi, blessing, forgiving, respecting the free will choices of, and loving all, including yourself in all directions of time, trust me on this, you do not need self-esteem. It becomes completely irrelevant at a certain point, very soon, as you're blessing yourself and everything. And then becoming nobody is what Ram Dass made. I didn't see it, and I don't have to really see it. I have an idea of what it has to do with. When you become nobody, you don't need self-esteem either. So, and Neem Karoli Baba says, it's more important to feel I am deeply and completely loved, accepted, and supported by Prime Creator as I deeply and completely love and accept myself. But feeling that from outside in, you don't need to generate or manufacture self-esteem. The third chakra is still somewhere where I'm going to read what's throwing people off, but becomes unnecessary. So you can let it be easier than that. All right. So anyway, I'm going to do a video series about that. Let's call it self-esteem is irrelevant, maybe. I think. Okay. All right. Love you. I love you. Peace out.